Okay, here's another round of notes to myself. See, there really are notes to myself. And I even have myself written on here, so I know who they're for. Not really, almost that bad, but um, well, this is an interesting video because I wrote this up, and I don't know if what you'll see if the two are related, but I've got these questions, and I've got something in the mail that I want to share with you that relate to the questions. And this is, I'm trying to think of what spurred me to think in this direction here. The questions were this. I said, how autistic will you let yourself be? And that, I mean, that I wrote very general because when I think of that question, how autistic will you let yourself be, it has to do with how much work you want to put into uncovering your autistic traits in yourself and understanding and the research and the how much you participate in the autistic community. You know, it's how much you're going to identify yourself as being autistic. I'm I may answer that question when I show you what I got in the mail. This is also another, actually an extension of that question is, how exposed will you let yourself be exposed as being autistic? So one of them is, personally, I guess, is the acceptance of it, the identity of being autistic, how much will you change your current life? I kind of feel like, well, these are all questions that I want to know about from the community, my autistic community, and that is, I feel like I went so long being this question mark and living the masked life. Yeah, I've said this, I know, in other videos, is that, a matter of fact, the recent ones was that when you mask, when what you portray is not your true self, and you don't know why you are portraying that. I mean, when you feel it's an obligation, you know, to me it was fueled by shame and a feeling that there was something very wrong with me, even to the point where there was I remember as a kid thinking, this is a punishment from God. This is some sort of a sentence that I must carry out and endure this state of being. Anyway, so that gets me to these questions. You know, how autistic will you let yourself be? Well, there's a part of me. Well, first of all, I have a very bad tendency to jump into things without much thought. I still do. I think part of it, to be honest with you, is probably executive function issues. Yeah. Actually, it's probably a big part of it. Now, another video, executive functioning. If I didn't do that already, that's what I did want to do. But how exposed then will I be? Let me finish that first thought. Was that how autistic will I let myself be? Well, this is the first time I have felt a self-identity and a connection with people based upon who I am, not who I projected myself to be or wanted to be. That is huge to me. That is, I cannot tell you you can't like yourself. I'm making it as a general statement. I couldn't like myself, knowing that I was lying to myself, knowing that I was lying to everyone else. I've always prided myself in being genuine. And in a way, my neurotypical self was genuine in the sense that I didn't know I was faking it, but I knew that it didn't feel right. I mean, so I guess I could justify saying, well, and I was trying to be the best and genuine self I could be. I think the morality that I think I have a very strong morality and very strong sense of values and things like that. I mean, I was really, really strict on that when I was, um, and my code and my way I conducted myself was based not upon experience, but was based upon my definition of right and wrong. And that was all heavily influenced by my Christian upbringing, and so it was basically blind faith and this is who I am because this is what I'm supposed to be. Well, that fits right into what I thought life was. You conform to what you're supposed to conform to. Well, I eventually broke away from that, and I'm glad I did because I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned the rules of life by experience, not by forced compliance. Okay. Anyway, how exposed will you let yourself be? Well, I've told my sister, I've told my cousin, who is a teacher, and we're actually pretty close, even though I hadn't talked with her in close to 5-10 years. Okay, I better re-examine that last statement. I should say that we actually are strangely very, I mean, I won't say very close, but we like each other. I mean, it's not like we don't talk to each other because it's been circumstantial, where she lives and other things I won't get into. But now anyway, so let's get to how exposed will you let yourself be? Well, goes back into executive functioning and not. Okay, what am I on? 7 minutes. Okay. This is, I had an amateur radio license, which, and I had gotten amateur radio license plates, which had my call sign on it, and I let that lapse. And I never really, I got it for other reasons. Oh, somebody's messaging me. All right, but anyway, I'm going to open this up and show you. Remember, this is related to how exposed you let yourself be. I may regret this. They're only license plates, I know. They're like $60 though, and I would have had to have bought new anyways. That's why I told you about that one. This is what I got. This is funny. This is good. This is funny as heck. Oh, there's stickers for it. We don't lose those. You lose those, you're illegal. All right, you ready? I'm not. Okay, it's just like, isn't this exciting? You guys are like, okay, leave me alone. No, ready? Now there is how far I'm going to expose myself. That sounds very bad if the neighbors heard that, especially me sitting here on a webcam. Anyway, they don't know that part, but yes, front and back. Yes, that's stereo autistic here. Anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. I just had that in mind, and I said, I think really what it is kind of a therapeutic thing for me, because on some level I'm probably still in somewhat of a denial or something. I'm not denial, but I guess it's still awkward. And Lily Alive, I've told you about too. She's like 3 years into her journey. And she's still awkward, with stemming out in public. And anyway, so how far are you going to let your autism be exposed, you know. But I thought you might get a kick out of that. I'll put those on my car one of these days. And I'm going to show some other people in the community. I told them about it. Actually, they helped me pick out the name. But I'll show them what that looks like. So anyway, thank you for joining me. And this is my notes to myself. And we'll talk with you later. Thank you.